Which elimination choice had you shaking your head the most? Were you surprised by the huge rank jumps some contestants pulled off this week? And seriously, what is going on with the song titles for the next round? Stay until the end as we break down the results, the rankings, and the questionable creative decisions behind them. The elimination bloodbath nobody wanted. Okay, can we talk about how this elimination round was absolutely brutal? Fans are mourning the loss of Andrew, Song Min-jae, Jeong Fan, and literally all of MCND. All of them. Gone. Eliminated. Vanished into the K-pop void while some questionable choices are still hanging around. The most heartbreaking part? These eliminations feel heavily influenced by Mnet's editing choices. Jiang Fan, Donghyun, Aoshi, and others probably would have made it if their performances had been aired earlier in the season. It's giving very much, we decided your fate before you even performed, energy. And fans are rightfully upset about it. Meanwhile, the survival stories are hitting differently. Harry June's fans literally threw their phones when his name was called, in a good way. Arctic's fans were celebrating like they had won the lottery. And honestly, good for them. Sometimes you have to stand the underdog. Fans are also calling out how viewers are picking based on visuals over actual talent. But in reality, when watching these shows, we all know visuals, or more precisely, charm, are always a big criterion to stay and even debut. Rankings that left fans speechless. Let's talk about some of these ranking surprises. Sanghyun hitting position 3 with barely any screen time? That is actually impressive and shows he has a solid fan base working behind the scenes, even though most of his screen time was extremely limited and mainly shown in reaction shots. Angsin continues to wow people with his visuals. One fan said his face is unreal, and honestly, no lies detected. But then you have situations like Chen Kaiwan slowly climbing up and gaining new voters just by being genuinely happy and cute. Sometimes authenticity wins, you know? The gap between Sangwon and Angsin is not as big as expected, though Sangwon is clearly taking that position one spot. But can we talk about how one fan hilariously called out Mnet's alpha macho manly man concept while Sangwon went up the stairs like a baby bird and inched awkwardly onto the position 1 seat? The contrast is sending me. Song titles that feel like a fever dream. Let's start with the elephant in the room. These song titles are absolutely sending me. Lucky Macho? Main Dish? Who was in the meeting room when they approved these? Because I have questions. The fans are not having it. And listen, they are not wrong. When you compare these to Boys Planet's absolute bangers like On Guard, Over Me, and Say My Name, these new tracks feel like they were generated by ChatGPT having a bad day. Though I have to give credit where it is due. Some fans are theorizing that Lucky Macho might be a Korean pun, possibly meaning make a correct guess. If that is true, that is actually clever wordplay. But good luck explaining that to international fans who are just confused. The real tea? One fan called Main Dish a SKZ from Temu, and honestly, that might be the most accurate review I have heard all week. Chains and Sugar High seem to be getting slightly better reactions. But overall, the consensus is that Wake 1 is pushing this aggressive, noisy concept when maybe we needed more variety. Mnet's editing, the invisible hand shaping the show. Can we please address how Mnet advertised dance battles and then just did not show them? Fans are big mad about missing Yumeki's, Harry June's, and Jiang Fan's dance battle segments. Like, these are literally some of the best dancers on the show, and you are going to cut their content? Make it make sense. One fan perfectly captured the frustration. How did we lose 90% of what was advertised for the variety content? It's giving false advertising vibes, and fans want those clips posted as behind-the-scenes content because they refuse to let it become lost media. The pattern is pretty clear. If you are not a producer pick, your screen time gets slashed. Yumeki barely got shown despite being an obvious choice for dance battle content. That said, I have to admit, thanks to the dance battle segment, I finally got to see the freestyle battle skills of contestants like Shue, Su, Ren, and Arctic, and it completely changed my impression of them. Are you happy with the results of the last episode? And who is your current pick? How do you think the rankings will change next episode? Who will climb? And can the top spot actually change hands?